What is going on, guys? We are back on Motorfest because, well, it is Wednesday, which means a new summit is now live here in this game. And with that, we'll have the yellow Radiant tire. And also, guys, quick announcement, we do not have a Cup Car event. I'm going to be real. I am pretty dang happy, bro. I ain't even going to lie that we do not have Cup Car race. Is that a bad thing? Because I'm not really missing them. But we can finally check out the Impala Sport. To be real, this is the one NASCAR that I do want. I don't know why, but I like this car more than the others. I don't know, maybe I'm losing it. And then we will also have some Cup Car events in this, guys. But luckily, though, there's only one. There is basically racing besides that, which, to be real, I am pretty happy to see. But let's jump into the summit now because we obviously have some things to talk about, guys. I personally did enjoy this summit a lot, simply down to the fact that we see classes we basically never see, bro. We'll have United States here on the long jumps, which I will say right off the bat, guys, is super easy to do. I did end up using a street tier 2 vehicle. I put on a score breaker. Did not even try whatsoever. 860 yards on that one, and also on this I got over 900, well over 150,000 points literally without even trying, bro. It was pretty funny. But we will have a dragster event, which is kind of odd, a street tier 2, a motocross event, a racing, monster, drift, and monster again, which I gotta admit, it is a pretty nice mix of events. Some of the events you probably will recognize as we have done them not too long ago, but either way though, it is nice to see other classes getting used. So for the monster truck event here, guys, it's honestly pretty simple to do. The Chevrolet Silverado is, well, without a doubt, probably the best monster truck in the game still. So if you guys have this thing, just obviously you're pretty much have to use it anyway, but this thing really is amazing, guys. The event itself is pretty dang easy. It's obviously a magnetic Trackforge event, and I'm going to say this again, and the funny part is I'm probably not alone here. I do think seeing more Trackforge events in these summits, dude, would be honestly amazing. Get rid of the skills, bro. Put 3 of these in the summits. I love seeing it. I'd rather have these than the skills because I feel like people are kind of tired of those either way. Besides all of that, though, guys, the drift event here in the Audi S1. Funny part is, this thing is very good. I did end up getting around 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Wasn't my best run, but I also kind of just ran it and did not really think about how I was doing on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't know why I said how like that. Man, it's late. But either way, though, I did end up using a Nitrochemist set. Shocking, right? That's probably what you will want to use on this. It's not an actual drift event. So, yes, Nitrochemist, guys, I ran Drifty and Pure. Drifty is amazing because obviously drifting, you will get your nitrous up way faster and you're using a drift car. So you'll probably end up sliding out a little bit because that's kind of how this thing is. I also drove it completely stock. It handled pretty well. The nitrous does help a bit, and of course running Drifty on it gets you your nitrous back even quicker. The biggest thing on this race, though, is it is in the rain. Dodge all the weird things, jump correctly, and be a little bit careful there as you don't want to mess yourself up. You know what I'm saying? The other monster truck event, though, in the Chevrolet Silverado is once again one of the off-road races. You guys probably will recognize this one, as we did have to do this one before, you know, in the game, and I would say it kind of fits the monster truck well. The Silverado is just so dang, I don't even have to say much on this event, dude. It is just so dang solid everywhere. This thing handles great, the speed is there. Hitting your nitrous in the air, guys, will give you a boost, and obviously having your legend points on ventilated or whatever will give you extra nitrous as well when you are jumping. So do that. Might be a good idea. But the Chevrolet really is great. Not much to be said there. The racing event here, guys, is a vehicle loan race. It is very easy to do. You'll recognize it's a donk event. The big thing I can say here is make sure you are timing with the diamond things popping up, getting that nitrous. And I would recommend using that first nitrous immediately when you start off on this one. Afterwards, guys, use it like a quarter way through, then finally at the end of it. I did get around 31.5 seconds on this. Got me 125,000 points. It was probably the best way to do it. The other event, though, is a dragster vehicle loaned. This is a race I was not expecting to see in the summit. You literally have to jump the drag car. Now, they did end up using one of the other tracks in the game, which there's only 2 of those, so there's not much you can do there. But there is a jump in this one. I would recommend getting the car to 5th gear, hitting that nitrous, guys, and simply just jumping toward the objective. And be careful when you aim the vehicle, because if you don't aim it right, you can easily destroy yourself right at the end of that one. Besides that, guys, we have a Street Tier 2 event here, which is one of the ones you had to do that was part of like the movie update. I did end up using a car. You'll probably won't really see this thing too much, as funny part is I see a few people using this car. It is very good in my opinion. The Chevrolet Corvette C8 Stingray Donut Edition, guys, or Media Donut, whatever you want to call it. Either way, this car really is so dang good all around. I was using it in GRs when I did those over a year and a half ago, and also in any Street Tier 2 that's kind of like no restriction. I always pick this car, man. It's just so dang solid. Try this thing out with my pro settings on it. They're not crazy, so I only adjust like the ARBs and a few things on there. That's it. This car handles good, and it seems to have great overall speed. The final event here, guys, is a motocross race, and I gotta admit, I'm pretty dang proud of myself on this one. Got around 2 minutes and 23 seconds. I didn't cut, didn't do anything crazy, which, trust me, on this race, you can easily cut in areas on this race, guys. I know that for a fact. That's how, some of the players are getting higher end times on there. Some of them absolutely killed it. I got around 223, kind of following the track, using my nitrous, jumping around. Those wooden, like, berm type of thingies, if you want to call them that, guys, use those, okay? Big recommendation. Use those, as if you are thinking about motocross for a minute, you obviously kind of need to use those to get more speed around the corners. Dirt bikes, kind of benefit on those. So use those. You could go right around the walls pretty much near the objective thingy, so you don't have to worry about not hitting it, as there's plenty of room there. And one of the funny things I noticed as well is basically every motocross bike in this game is a 6-speed, which is obviously not right. I know they're not going to change that, as all of them in real life have a 5-speed. The EXC, fun fact, is not a motocross bike at all. That's an enduro. But either way, if you guys have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. Let's jump right into this.